Hello everyone, welcome to Redmen TV. I say welcome to Redmen TV. I'm Steele. Welcome to my house. This is not the studio. This is going out on Redmen TV platforms though. So yeah, I guess we can say welcome to Redmen TV. Big breaking news, hence why I'm at home. Came at 5 p.m. this evening, or this afternoon rather. Both Virgil Van Dijk and Mohamed Salah set to stay and extend their contracts with Liverpool Football Club, reported by the likes of Paul Joyce, Steele of the Mail, etc, etc. And if those guys are putting their name to it at this stage, then yes, it looks like it would almost there in terms of getting these new contracts done. So while there appears that Trent Alexander-Arnold is going to leave Liverpool, if Mohamed Salah and Virgil van Dijk both set to stay. Absolutely wonderful news. So yeah, Liverpool all but confirmed as Premier League champions. A little bit of work to do, but you'd like to think, barring a miracle, or well, a disaster really, that's going to happen. I think the latest stats suggest that Arsenal have got a 0.2% chance of winning the league. Liverpool almost confirmed, just a couple more points to go. I know everyone's saying 11 points, but that's if Arsenal are perfect. And listen, they've got Champions League and they're doing great in that, so maybe they focus on that. Anyway, that's by the by. So, yes, we were all expecting a massive summer. It's probably going to be a big summer for Liverpool anyway. The fact that Virgil van Dijk and Mohamed Salah will be part of next season and beyond, and we'll wait for the full details in terms of the contract length, etc. Just makes it so much better, doesn't it? Because yeah, you didn't really want this to be right. Liverpool win the league, everything falls apart, and you rebuild. And no, you wanted this to be the start of something. We're expecting, Arsenal could get better next year, maybe have a little bit more injury luck. Manchester City the same. So there'll be, if Liverpool want to become back-to-back Premier League champions, having their two best players, or two of certainly, I think the two best players in Virgil van Dijk and Mo Salah staying for at least a couple of years, and again we'll wait and see on the contract length what that is. Then absolutely wonderful news, not officially confirmed yet, but yeah, all the big usual journals putting their names to put it out there as the story. So absolutely fantastic. I know Virgil van Dijk himself admitted the other day there'd been progress. This is obviously what that progress was. He obviously knew what was going on. And we had actually prepared for that one a little bit, I'll be honest, at Redmen, peek behind the curtain. We had stuff lined up for Virgil to be signed, thumbnails made, all that kind of stuff. The Mohamed Salah part of it is very much a surprise, a very welcome surprise. Again, it's been maintained throughout all of this entire saga, really, that Liverpool were confident that Salah would stay, Liverpool were confident Van Dijk would stay, and most importantly, both players wanted to stay. And I think that's huge. Two of the best players in the world, albeit in their 30s, want to play for Liverpool. They want to be at Liverpool. They want to stay at Liverpool. They'll be paid handsomely, of course, but they know they can win things at Liverpool Football Club. They've won every trophy imaginable that they could win. They're about to become two-time Premier League champions as well. But that isn't enough for them. They want to stay. They want to do more. What this means for Mo Salah in particular, there are goal-scoring records for him to break, Premier League records. Can he get there? Can he become number one? Maybe. Listen, Alan Shearer's record is a fair way away, but if Salah's here for a couple, 3 more seasons perhaps, and again, we'll wait and find out what that is, then maybe that's in play for him as well. We know he is a man who loves his stats. He's really, really big onto that kind of stuff. So absolutely fabulous in terms of him and maybe what he can achieve on a personal level. But for us as supporters, we just want Liverpool to be the best and win trophies. And having Mohamed Salah, having Virgil van Dijk, obviously helps that. So it has not been an easy process, all this, and I think a lot of it was brought on with the club being in such fluidity. I don't know if that's the right word. Fluctuation's probably a better word. Managers leaving, sporting directors coming and going, and Michael Edwards leaves, Julian Ward leaves, Jörg Schmadtke is in, then he goes, and Michael Edwards comes back, and Richard Hughes, and I think it all just became a very messy situation, but thankfully one that looks to have been resolved now, and yet credit to everyone involved for getting it done, being quite amicable as well. It never really felt like this had become nasty. There were a couple of times where Mo Salah probably spoke out in public, but other than that, and even then he didn't say anything bad. He was more keen about saying how he wants to stay, and that he hoped that would be the case. So this has been done really amicably by everyone involved. It wasn't a nice situation, it wasn't a good situation to be in, but they've got that done. Now, if those two lads are boxed off and signed, it makes Arne Slot's job a lot easier, of course, in terms of his planning for the summer and beyond. Like, he won't need maybe, a starting centre-back, a starting right winger, because he's got two of the best in the world. He can look elsewhere, add depth in other positions. He'll know what his wage bill is now, because make no doubt about it, these two guys will take a significant chunk of Liverpool's wage salary bill. They just will, and that's absolutely fine. They deserve it. They're two of the best players in the world. Yes, they've both been underperforming for a couple of weeks. but look at their seasons as a whole, and I think we'd all agree they've both been absolutely magnificent. Two of the big reasons why Liverpool, again, are about to become Premier League champions. So Arne Slot will be delighted, we're all delighted, everyone's delighted, hopefully the players themselves, like I say, they've always maintained that they want to come and, they want to stay at Liverpool and win, compete for trophies, and that's exactly what it looks like they're going to do. Alexander-Arnold, unfortunately, it looks like that ship has sailed. That probably isn't going to happen, barring a massive U-turn. Although if you watched Real Madrid last night, he might have 7 forward to go in there. But yeah, Van Dijk and Salah, I think, they were bigger contracts to get done in terms of Liverpool in the here and now. Alexander-Arnold, of course, fantastic. And he will be the most valuable in terms of a transfer fee of all of them that Liverpool are going to miss out on. But in terms of the here and now and the impact for next season, I think Liverpool will be able to buy a right back. They won't buy a right back who's Trent Alexander-Arnold. They might be able to get a very good right back. They've got one in Conor Bradley. It'll be completely different than Trent, but I think I would be more comfortable in the very short term having to do that than trying to replace Mohamed Salah, trying to replace Virgil van Dijk. That feels really difficult. If anything, Liverpool have just kicked that can down the road a little bit. That conversation will happen in the future. These guys aren't going to play forever, but for at least a couple of seasons, we'll see what the deal is then, football, as much as you want a future plan for like 4 or 5 years down the line, you also want to win things in the here and now while you're doing that. And having Mohamed Salah and Virgil van Dijk at the football club next season and the season after, yeah, wonderful news. And it'll mean that Liverpool will have a better chance, certainly, of, again, competing for major honours, defending the title that they're about to win, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, absolutely made up, of course. Those of you watching on YouTube, please do use the comment section below. Let us know your thoughts on everything as well. For those who are listening as a podcast, then yeah, you can get in touch on social media. I'm sure that everyone will be absolutely delighted with the news. I'm sorry that I have to come in such a weird format on my phone in my house, but yeah, this is what happens when news breaks at 5 p.m. on a relative slow day when everyone had left the office. But I thought we have to get something out. There'll be way more reaction coming, of course, down the line when we get back to the studio tomorrow. So do keep an eye out on that one. Absolutely fabulous news. Journo Insight with Paul Gorst. Might be able to get a little bit more from that tomorrow morning. But thank you all very, very much for watching. Absolutely fantastic news. Go and have an amazing Wednesday night. And yeah, let's all sit with bated breath waiting for the official confirmation. Can't wait for it to be there. See you later, everyone.